everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making a sweet potato pie using sweetened condensed milk. I absolutely love my mama's sweet potato pies. As a matter of fact, it's the only sweet potato pie I eat. So thankfully I learned her recipe before she went on to be with Jesus. And what I wanted to do was just experiment with some other recipes. Not for me, because I love my mama's sweet potato pie and I'm good. But I wanted to try some different recipes. One for you guys, because I didn't know that there were so many different recipes as it pertains to making sweet potato pie. You know, I think there's one made with buttermilk. There's one I think I've seen made with some orange juice. I mean, I never knew that. So I think it will be a great time to experiment in doing the sweet potato pies, just to see that I may come across something else that I like or that we enjoy in addition to my mama's pies. Because honey, I'm going to always do my mama's sweet potato pies. So today we're going to make this pie with sweetened condensed milk. Now when my mom does her pies, we only do nutmeg. I know some people use the nutmeg, the ginger, cinnamon, cloves. That's real good. Now some of the other recipes I will try using some of the other spices just to see what they taste like in a sweet potato pie. But for this particular one today, I'm going to stick with just doing the nutmeg. Alright, so we're going to start with, this is like 2 cups. I roasted my sweet potatoes. I love to roast my sweet potatoes because in my opinion they're not as watery as they would be putting them in the water to boil them. I've done both. My mom has done both before, but I prefer to roast them. Okay, I roasted them on 425 for maybe about 55 minutes to an hour. It's going to depend on the size of your sweet potatoes. And I take my sweet potatoes, and rather than sticking a fork in them, I just use my little cake tester that has the little pointy end, and I just stick it in the sweet potatoes. That way, you know, the steam can release as they're cooking. Alright. Then once you take them out, you know, give them a few minutes to kind of cool down a little bit so you can be able to handle them and they won't be too hot. Okie dokie, so we have the 2 cups, and those 2 sweet potatoes, the little medium-sized sweet potatoes, they yielded about 2 cups, okay? Let's see, we have this 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. You guys, make sure you clean off these nasty cans. They are absolutely filthy nasty. Not just nasty, but filthy nasty. They've been on the back of those trucks and those grocery stores and the warehouses. People have put their hands, their nasty hands, all over them. They've let's see, them little insects and rodents and stuff and crawling all over them and licking all on the cans. I think y'all get the picture. Wash them off thoroughly. Let me see, because I don't want you guys to get confused. That is the sweetened condensed milk. I do not have a can. I was going to show you. Make sure if you try this recipe that you do get the sweetened condensed milk and not the evaporated milk. I think sometimes people get confused. There's a can, and sometimes you can just kind of grab it thinking you're grabbing sweetened condensed milk, and you grab the evaporated. So make sure it's the sweetened condensed milk. And then we have 2 large eggs. I've already cracked them. Let me go by my list before I leave something out. 2 large eggs. I have half a cup of brown sugar. Now listen. I know the sweetened condensed milk is sweet, but y'all, I know it's not going to be sweet enough for us. okay? So I'm adding, I did see some recipes with the brown sugar and some without. Of course, I want to do with the brown sugar. If you don't want it a little sweeter, then you can leave out this brown sugar, okay? It's a half a cup, and y'all, I packed it. That means I pushed it down. So we packed it. You do not have to pack. If you felt like maybe you wanted just a smidget more of sugar, then maybe do, as opposed to half a cup, maybe do 1/4 of a cup, okay? Or just try it without the sugar in the beginning, and that may be sweet enough for you. But I already know it's not going to be sweet enough for us. What's next? A half a cup of unsalted butter. This is 1 stick. It's unsalted, and it's really, really... Okay, I thought I had that upside down. It's unsalted, and it's really, really soft, okay? Some people melt their butter. If you want to do that, that's fine as well. Then we have half teaspoon of nutmeg. You guys, whoop! I love nutmeg. McCormick is my favorite. That's what my mom used to use. So this is the McCormick nutmeg. I like a lot of nutmeg, so that's why we're going to do half teaspoon. If you don't like, because nutmeg can be strong, if you don't want that much of a flavor, then you can back off of it. See, that's what I love about this. You can tweak these flavors to what you want. Even if you do enjoy the ginger and the cloves and the cinnamon, you can also add that to this recipe. And then we also have, I was going to say finally, but not quite yet, we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then finally we have some vanilla extract, okay? So, and vanilla, I'm just going to pour it. So yeah, probably at least a couple of teaspoons, but I'm just going to pour it. Now what I'm going to start by doing, oh, my pie shell. Honey, don't forget, you're going to need the pie shell. I have my pie crust. This is the Pillsbury. You can use any type of pie crust. You can make your own pie crust. This is the regular 9-inch pie crust that was in the freezer, and I had to take it out. Okay, so we will be baking in a 9-inch. You guys, I've never done, my mom didn't do the deep dish pies or pie shells, so I don't do those either. That's a little too much sweet potato for me. I love the regular 9-inch. If you want to do deep dish, you can do that as well. Okay, what I'm going to start by doing, my oven is still preheated. It's on 425 degrees because I like to start my pies out cooking at a higher temperature. We'll talk about that when we get to that point. But in the meantime, I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all, don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. And I wanted to go on and start doing some of these recipes now because fall is upon us. And if you're like me as it pertains to planning for Thanksgiving is coming, I don't like to wait until the last minute. Like, I'm not planning the week of or even 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. I'm planning long before then. So what I want to do is try to give you guys some give you all some recipes that if you want to try it, you have plenty of time to do that before Thanksgiving, even if you want to do a test run to see if you like it, okay? Before you decide to add it to the Thanksgiving meal. Okay, I will start by just mixing up my, I'm gonna whip these potatoes because I do not want strings in my potatoes. So we're gonna start by, girl, is your things not in here right? Listen. Okay, we're good. I just had them in the wrong sides. Alright, so we're gonna whip these potatoes, and then I have some water here. That way I can get as many of the strings possible off of my beaters because I do not want stringy sweet potatoes. Okay, now that I've finished kind of whipping my potatoes, because they are still a little warm, I want to go on and add my 1 stick of butter. Well, are you gonna stay on the plate or not? I'm slinging sweet potatoes. Let me make sure I cover my mixer cover so I won't get sweet potatoes. Okay, I like to just kind of whip that butter in there too. So now that that's done, I'm just going to add everything else in. Let's see, we're going to go on and add our eggs. Break up those yolks. We have our sweetened condensed milk. Ooh. It's getting ready to be so interesting. And it might be a little too much for this pie pan, but we shall see. We shall see. Teaspoon of our salt. No, 1/4 teaspoon of our salt. Then we'll do 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And since I am adding everything at one time like this, 1/4 teaspoon. No, that was the salt. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Since I'm adding everything at one time, I have to make sure that I mix it up thoroughly. Our vanilla. Maybe a couple of teaspoons. I'm going to mix this up a little bit and then I'll add the sugar in just a couple of minutes. This looks like it's going to be too much for this pie pan. Just this one. But we're going to see. But we're going to start with this one. That is too much, honey. You probably could have done 2. But had I done 2, I would have wanted to add another couple of eggs. I'm trying to think. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to add 2 more eggs because if this recipe was for 1 pie with 2 cups, I have just decided I'm not going to add any more eggs. I'm going to bake this pie based on the recipe, and we'll find out if I needed 2 more eggs, because this clearly can make 2 pies. So we shall see. I like our pies to be firm. I don't like a mushy pie. I don't need these right now. I don't like a mushy pie. Does that make sense, y'all? So, and then sometimes after I get it in there, I pour. Sometimes after I get it in there, y'all, this is what I be doing in the kitchen. I'm here to tell you. Sometimes after I get it in there, I pour a little bit more batter. But honey, I don't need this to run over because I'm going to have a mess in my oven if it does. Okay. But then I don't like a skimpy pie either, where you be like, they ran out of batter. They ran out of cake, pie batter. Okay. Okay. And let's see. To make sure, I'm going to stick this pan in here up under there, just in case it does run over. I think we'll be good though. Okay. So, look at this batter that's left. Wait a minute, let me wipe this off. Y'all, this video was not supposed to be this difficult. But y'all, this is what happens in the kitchen, okay? All this batter that's left, I think I can get a pretty decent second pie out of it. Wait a minute, let me set my timer. I'm talking, y'all. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'll get back to that. When I don't, what is it, par bake? You know how people put their pie shells in there, bake them a little bit first before they fill them. I don't do that. Sometimes they punch the holes, and I don't do that either. I start off baking at a very high temperature, which is set on 425. And what I'll do, I'll watch it. It's going to take at least maybe about 5 minutes or so, or longer. It's just going to depend. I'll watch it. I'll keep peeping in, because unlike baking a cake, I can open this oven door while I'm... Sweet potatoes all on my glasses. Unlike baking a cake, I can open the door when I'm baking pies, okay? At least this sweet potato pie can. So what I'll do is I'll check it. Once I see that crust has just started to brown, then I turn it down. And I like to bake my pies slow, so I'm going to turn it down to like 325. And then we will bake and just see how long it takes. It's going to take probably at least an hour. But I like to bake them, start them off high, and then turn them down and bake them on low. So I just decided to go with it. We'll see if by chance this one comes out and it's not firm enough. I'm going to add 2 more eggs to this batter that's left, because that way it would have been 2 eggs per pie. So if this one comes out and it's not as firm, then I will add 2 more eggs to that, and then probably a little bit more nutmeg. I'm just hoping this one is going to be firm enough, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'll show it all to you, okay? So we're good, because we still have this batter left, and I can add more eggs to it. All right, listen. I'll let you know how long this baked once I take it out. Okay, y'all. So it's been about 50 minutes since I turned the temperature down. I baked it first. Once it started barely browning, I turned the temperature down 325, so we've been baking, I guess, about 50 minutes or so. So this is what we're looking like, okay? I'm curious to see if once it cools, how firm it's gonna be. Like, I know some people like to cut into a pie and they kind of like a mushy, you know, sweet potato pie. We do not. I like a firm piece of sweet potato pie. When I cut in it, it's just firm and just sits up, and it's just, you know, doesn't want to look like it want to do like this, you know, when you cut it. So we're gonna see. We're gonna let it cool. I declare this was supposed to be a quick little simple video. And so we're gonna let it totally cool. If by chance, because honestly, this is me. Because I had enough batter to do 2 pies, I feel like I needed 4 eggs, and there's only 2. So I'm really curious to see how it's gonna slice. If it is not solid enough for me, then I'll add 2 more eggs here with a little bit more nutmeg probably, and then bake this one. And then we have something to compare it to. Okay, you guys, I don't practice recipes before I do them. I just do them on the spot, real time with you guys. So this is the kind of thing that happens when you're cooking, and sometimes you just have to improvise, or you have to find a way to fix it. Okay, so I like troubleshooting with you all. So if y'all looking for a cook that everything is going to come out perfect with my recipes, that's not me, because like I said, I don't practice before I do a video. It's the real deal, Holyfield. Okay, so we'll see what it looks like once it cools down, and then we'll go from there. Y'all, let's see.
Something I want you to see.
Okay. This is sharp. You know, it's always hard to get that first piece out.
What are you making?
Sweet potato pie.
Why you make a sweet potato pie?
Because it's time.
Because it's time.
It is time. It's time. Broke my little crust.
You broke it.
What you bet? Okay, well, it came out pretty.
That don't look like your sweet potato pie.
What you mean that don't look like my sweet potato? Okay, I'm trying to lift it up and I'm breaking the crust.
That don't look like your sweet potato pie.
What you mean that don't look like? Okay, well, tell me if it tastes like it.
That look different.
Okay, see that, y'all. See, y'all, there you go. There you go.
That ain't sweet potato pie.
That is sweet potato pie. You want me to taste it first?
Yeah.
You don't trust me?
Okay. That don't look right.
Okay. Okay, taste it.
This look like a skinny version of your sweet potato pie. This ain't sweet potato pie.
It is sweet potato pie, babe.
Something don't seem right.
Tell me what tastes different. Why you got to smell it?
Something ain't right.
It ain't sweet potato pie.
This ain't your sweet potato pie.
You see that? See that? You like mine better?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I did. I told you I wanted to try something different. So I made a sweet potato pie with sweetened condensed milk. The condensed milk, as opposed to, I normally use evaporated milk. And I think it makes it a little creamier, a little, I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's just
not.
It don't look like yours.
I think that's
yours is more of a bronze.
A bronze?
A bronze look. Yeah, yours have more of a bronzy look. And it's thicker. This look like a skitty sweet potato pie.
Well, y'all, he could tell it wasn't mine. But it doesn't taste bad. It tastes fine. I think I'm just, you know. Okay, babe, we had to do the Babe, move over a little bit too.
Your pie's better.
Don't cut your head off. Okay, that's good. Oh, you like mine?
Your pie better. It's like a...
It's like a what?
This ain't your pie, Donna. And I can't bring myself to just make it your pie. I just can't like it. I just can't like it.
Well, so...
No, it's your pie. Guys, this is almost like you're moving... That's almost like changing your favorite football team.
I know it, but babe, what I wanted to do was try some different sweet potato pie recipes. Because I didn't realize that there were several out there. I mean, made with different stuff. And I can't tell you any more than that, because
I can taste the condensed milk.
As I make them, I want you to try them, and I don't want you to have some preconceived notion about, ooh, it's got this in it, ooh, it's got that in it. So
yours, like I say, yours is
just a little bit.
Yours is thicker.
Well, I was trying to make sure it didn't run over, and this is supposed to be for one pie. Had I done deep dish, I could have got more in there, but I still think it was too much for a deep dish. So, but in any event, y'all, the pie is fine. It's okay.
It's okay, but
I still love my mama's recipe. I will link it at the end of this video. But so that's one of maybe at least a couple or more. One of at least, I think I may do 2 more. 2 or 3. But anyway, that was the first one. So
this would be more the shock.
the what?
The shock of like I said, it's your sweet potato pie. You've been eating this all along now. So it would be like the shock to the system that says, okay, it's sweet potato pie, but it ain't Donna's.
And I'm gonna tell you, it had me worried, because I'm like, I don't know that this is gonna set up. Like, I don't like a mushy sweet potato pie. So this is firm enough for me. But I was concerned because it only had 2 eggs, and when I saw it was enough batter for at least 2 pies, I was concerned, like, oh my goodness, I should have added 2 more eggs. But in any event, I was trying to do the recipe and then trying to make one pie. I've never made one sweet potato pie. Usually if I'm making sweet potato pies, I'm making anywhere from 4 to 8. So to make one sweet potato pie was challenging, but it's okay. It's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, when I come in the kitchen and cook, a lot of times I just bring you guys with me. I've not tested these recipes. I'm just doing it for the first time myself. And a lot of times, even when you are baking or cooking at home, if you're following a recipe or you're trying to bake or cook something, if it doesn't always turn out the way you plan for it to, you have to improvise. You have to try to figure out something else so as to not waste food, waste ingredients. And I just wanted to bring you guys along with me. I hope I'm not confused anybody, but I will put exactly what I did in the description box below, the ingredients I use. Just know that you can probably get about 2 pies out of this.
Okay. What's the name of this?
It's a sweet potato pie, but it's just made with sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
And you know, that's that thick milk that's sweet. Even the evaporated is not sweet.
Yeah, I can taste it. I can taste it. in
Okay.
here.
You
And again,
can.
like I said, it's more so you can taste the difference. I definitely taste the difference with yours
Okay.
and this one. Your recipe, well, mom's recipe, and this one. And then the look, you can see the
It
look.
looks different.
Well, yeah, it's
didn't
almost
think
like
it
it's almost like a buttery bronze.
It's
if you will.
that milk.
Yeah, a buttery bronze. So again, like I said, it's just. But you notice I'm eating. I keep eating, but I'm eating it with caution. Meaning, I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it's different.
You're cutting your head off
Oh,
with it.
I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm saying it's different.
Yeah, it's
And
different.
so me, you know me, to do different, for me, I proceed with caution.
And see, he's been eating my mama's sweet potato pie recipe almost 24 years. So.
Yeah. And so it's just, I guess it would be more so spoiled, but no, I'm not by no means saying it's bad. It's different.
Yeah.
And it takes some time to get used to different.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. That's the first one. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
By hitting the nosing.
And that's turning on that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever we're over here doing all the things. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time